Couldn't ask for a better night for baseball than the one we've got here in Miami as MLB The Show welcomes you to another edition of Major League Baseball. Tonight we'll play Game 1 of this 3-game series as it'll be the Houston Astros taking on the Florida Marlins. And hi again, folks. Alongside Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler, I'm Matt Vasgersian getting set for an intriguing matchup here. Rex, let's begin with you. What are you going to be keeping your eye on in this ballgame?
One guy you got to pay attention to is the Rookie of the Year last year, Hanley Ramirez. Not only did this guy play a nice shortstop last year, but he also ripped off 51 bags, third in the National League. He's going to make his presence known, no doubt.
All right, Rex, thank you. Dave joins us shortly, but now we'll get a look at the batting order for the visiting Houston Astros presented by New Era Cap, the official cap of Major League Baseball. Adam Everett will lead things off and be the shortstop. Luke Scott will bat second and play right. After that, Lance Berkman over at first. In the cleanup spot, the always dangerous Carlos Lee out in left. Mike Lamb will bat fifth. He's at third base. Then comes Chris Burke. He'll play center field. Craig Biggio is the second baseman. He bats number 7. Then it's veteran catcher Brad Ausmus. Matt Albers will be on the mound for the Astros. He'll bat number 9. Carlos Martinez will have the challenge of stopping these guys. This is a guy that's got a workhorse mentality out there, not afraid to throw a lot of pitches, but if he gets careless with his location, he can be hittable. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. Adam Everett makes his way to the plate now as we're just about set for baseball this evening. And the first pitch of the ball game here is taken for a cold strike one. And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. Now a late square, and this is popped up. But the throw will beat him at first, so the bunt for hit attempt is snuffed out. Luke Scott will step in, and you see by the numbers he's been a much better road hitter thus far. And now a pitch on the way. And that misses low and away, ball 1. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
And he'll wait for something a little higher that he can do something with.
And a good eye that time to lay off the fastball. It's 3-0. Lance Berkman waits on deck. Here he comes on 3-0. 3-1. Is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
And this is the kind of guy that's not afraid to challenge you up in the zone early on.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Lance Berkman will step in, and you see where he enters play in the National League batting race. Here's the first pitch to him. And a ball 1-0.
Hard to get the barrel of the bat on that one. Good eye.
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. ripped down the first base line. And this is going to be a foul ball. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Starting lineup for the new-look Marlins reads like this. Hanley Ramirez will lead things off and be the shortstop. Then comes the Japanese import catcher Kenji Jojima. Batting third, Miguel Cabrera. He'll play third. Dan Ugla is the cleanup hitter. He'll play second. Jeremy Hermida follows him out in right. Then comes the left fielder Josh Willingham. Reggie Abercrombie, the center fielder, will hit in the number 7 spot. After that, the former postseason hero Aaron Boone. Carlos Martinez is the pitcher in this one, and he bats number 9. Matt Albers will get the ball to face them. Here's a guy that's got enough stuff to get by, but a key is going to be how well he mixes his pitches, and more importantly, his pitch speeds. Once guys lock on, things can get ugly out there. And there's a look at the defensive alignment for the Astros behind him, led by 3-time Gold Glove Award-winning backstop Brad Ausmus. Into the box here is the shortstop Hanley Ramirez, as he'll lead things off in the bottom of inning number 1. And there's a strike right down the heart of the plate, 0-1.
Piece of advice here. If you want to stick around in the bigs, keep that first pitch out of the middle of the plate.
Grounded softly to the left side. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Kenji Jojima will dig in, and as you can see, he's been a much better hitter at home this year. Gets under this one as this is hit high and pretty deep out there to center field. Burke is back to the warning track, though, as he gloves it for the second out. So 2 are gone now for Miguel Cabrera. Now the first pitch. And he committed to that one a bit too soon as it locks him up for strike 1. Well, I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
Okay.
Reaches for one but can't find it as he's down on strikes for the final out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Second inning coming up here in South Florida with no score. Carlos Lee leads things off now in the top half of the second. Inside with the fastball, it's 1-0.
And after a very economical first, let's see if he mixes things up a bit.
1-0 on the way. Now a ball hit in the air to straightaway left. This is carrying well. Out of here. A solo shot for El Caballo, Carlos Lee. Number 21 for him on the season, and the Astros take a 1-0 lead. Mike Lamb is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Out in front of the fastball here as he lifts a fly ball out toward right field. Hermida is camped under this one, and he's got it for the first out. Chris Burke will stand in for the first time here. Now here's the first pitch. And that's in there for strike one.
Matty's living dangerously by working his fastball up in the zone like that.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. Line down the left field line. Foul. Grounded to third. Throw gets him, 2 down. Craig Biggio will step in, and you see by the numbers he's been a much better road hitter thus far. Towards center field, and that's in there, base hit.
No wasting any time there, Matt. He gets the fastball to begin the at-bat and just shoots it right back where it came from.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and here's the veteran backstop, Brad Ausmus. Swung on and missed for the first strike.
That is such a valuable weapon when you can spot the fastball down there.
At first is Biggio, now the pitch, and that misses 1-1. Fastball called strike, 1-2.
Matt, he's digging a hole for himself now by not offering at those.
And a swing and a miss. He struck him out with a 2-seamer, and the inning is over. So they'll tack on a run in the inning on the home run, and it's enough to give them the lead. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Astros lead this one 1-0. Dan Uggla will step in, working on a nice 5-game hitting streak. Now the first pitch. Grounded, foul. Looked like he lost the handle on a breaking pitch, 1-1. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Jeremy Hermida will dig in, and as you can see, he's been a much better hitter at home this year. Low for ball 1. Now a fastball, and it's hit on the ground to short. Up with it is Everett. Throw to Berkman will be in time for out number 2.
Can't ask for a whole lot more to start this game tonight. 5 up, 5 down. He's looking awfully sharp in the early going.
Josh Willingham will dig in, and as you can see, he's been a much better hitter at home this year. First pitch coming. Swinging a line drive to left, and that'll get down for a base hit. Reggie Abercrombie will be the batter. Balance hack that time, good for the first strike.
And Dave, as you are so fond of saying, yak!
From the belt, kicks and deals. Swing and he pops him up. Looks to be playable in foul ground. And Berkman will put this one away to retire the side. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll go now to the top of the third. The Astros lead it 1-0. Matt Albert's ready to go here as we begin the third.
Albert. Bring him up.
And that misses for ball 1.
And if I'm on the mound, I go right back in there with a fastball.
Fastball is hit on the ground towards short. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Adam Everett will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch is a slider called for a strike.
And pitch location has definitely been a problem for him here early on. He's got to stop leaving those pitches over the plate.
Now a ball lined to the right side. In there, a base hit. Luke Scott will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Now batting, right fielder, Luke Scott.
Swing hard liner to left center. Base hit.
Let's take a look where this pitch is. Yep, it's middle away, and this is a location he's had a lot of success with and does it again here.
So first and second with one man gone, and we'll see how they approach this at-bat from Lance Berkman. Just misses for ball 1.
And he won't want to play around here. He'd love to get a double play ball if he can.
In for a strike, it's 1-1. Pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Got on him kind of quick that time, and in a good spot, right at the knees.
And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner. 2-2. And now the runner's trying for third. Now a swing and a ground ball to third. And that's through into left, a base hit. A run is in. So 2 men are on with 1 man out, and here comes a good hitter in Carlos Lee.
Left fielder, Carlos Lee. Let's go.
In there, and it's 0-1.
And boy, his location has really been an issue in the inning. That pitch is right down the middle.
And here's a fastball called for strike 2. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Mike Lamb will step in with a couple of guys in scoring position and a chance to pad this lead a bit early on. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
And here in the early stages, he's already up over 40 pitches now.
That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1. Second and third, 2 away. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle. Diving effort there by Ramirez, but he can't quite get there. It's a base hit. And now the second runner's across to score as it's now a 4-0 lead. Chris Burke will stand in. He grounded out his first time.
For the infield, center fielder, Chris Burke.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. 2 out with the man at first. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0. 3 runs already home here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Willingham will head over for a look, but this will wind up a few rows back. Swing and a line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit. Craig Biggio will stand in. A base hit his first time around.
Now batting, second baseman, Craig Biggio.
Ball 1. Swing and a hard grounder down the line at third. Base hit. Throw into third. But he's safe at third as he's able to scramble back. So it's first and third with 2 away, and veteran backstop Brad Ausmus stands in.
Catcher, Brad Ausmus.
Gets under it a bit as this is hit high in the air out toward left center. Settling under it is Willingham, and he puts it away to retire the side. So it's 4 runs on 6 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Houston leads this one 5-0. Aaron Boone makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3. Here's the first offering. And a bit too high with that one. It's 1-0.
Might have wanted to go up and get that one, but wisely laid off.
Fastball high, and it's quickly 2-0. And he misses again with it here. It's 3-0 now.
Not how you want to start an inning on the mound with a big lead.
And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
Don't know how to say it much plainer than this. Lead-off walks will kill you. You got to be careful here.
Carlos Martinez will stand in what would appear to be a sacrifice situation here. Now a throw over. Pretty close that time. First pitch coming. And he's squaring around here, but he can't connect. One strike.
And the infield's ready for the bunt should that sign be put on right here.
Gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
Pitchers spend a lot of time on this in batting practice, and it works out here as he's able to move that runner into scoring position with just one out.
So one out now for the Marlins in their half of the third, and at the plate is the young shortstop, Hanley Ramirez. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Breaking ball swung on and grounded to second. And that's through, a base hit. And that'll put him on the board as it's now a 5-1 ball game. Kenji Jojima will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. First offering on the way. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike.
Good idea trying to work the outside part of the plate with the hard stuff.
And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. From the belt, the pitch. Swing and a high pop drifting into foul territory. Therefore, it is Berkman, and that's out number 2.
That was a pitcher's pitch right there, Matty. He gets him to chase one above the letters, and all you're going to do is pop those up.
Miguel Cabrera will try it again, set down on strikes his first time. He's running towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it's not going to be in time as Ramirez has himself a stolen base. Here's the 1-0. Did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. And this is swung on and pretty well hit. Out to deep left center field. And that is over the wall. Home run. So a 2-run shot to left center. 19th home run for him on the season, and it's a 5-3 game now.
Just playing with fire right there. Boy, when you've got a base open and a guy like this at the plate, I think you need to take the bat out of his hands. Instead, he tries to get a little too cute and winds up paying for it big time.
Dan Ugla will stride in again. He struck out swinging his first time. Now here's the first pitch. Swing and a misses. He's underneath that one for the first strike.
The location mistake there, but he couldn't capitalize.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground to first. And fairly routine out there for Berkman as he'll step on the bag to end it. So they get 3 runs on 2 base hits, with one of them being the big home run. On now to the top of inning number 4. The Astros on top, 5-3. Matt Albert will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. And there's ball 1.
Sometimes guys go down and get the soft stuff. Not there.
One and two now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. So it's back to the top of the order now, and stepping in is the shortstop, Adam Everett. Runs up and gets one down here, but it might not be deep enough. And he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single. Luke Scott will step in. Singled and came around to score his last time.
Right fielder, Luke Scott.
First pitch coming. In there for strike 1.
Just no way to even try and get extended on that fastball down there.
Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. And the pitch misses low and away for ball 2. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Lance Berkman will be next, barring a double play ball. The 3-1 coming. Lined into left center. Base hit. Lance Berkman will step in. 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
First baseman, Lance Berkman.
And he lays off a fastball. Looked good, but it's 1-0.
And now we'll see the infield shift into double play depth right here.
Changeup stays outside and is behind 2-0. Two and one. The other way with a fastball as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. And that ball is gone. Home run. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. Number 26 for him on the season as they open it up to 8-3. Carlos Lee is at the plate as he watches ball one. Bases are empty, one man out. The 1-0 pitch. And he takes a cold strike one.
Gotta bend the knees and go down and get that one.
And that misses. 2-1. Swinging a ground ball to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Mike Lamb will be the batter. He singled home a couple in his last at-bat. And that misses. Ball one. And this time the fastball's by him, and that'll even things out at 1-1.
And he'll be effective if he can keep that fastball down there.
One on the way. Here's a ball chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. Now a ball lined back over second, and that'll get down for a base hit.
They say left-handed hitters are usually good low ball hitters, and he proves them right on this pitch as he lines it back up the middle for the knock.
Here comes Marlins skipper Freddie Gonzalez on his way to the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he'll depart here tonight, and these fans will not be terribly appreciative, I don't imagine, as he was pretty much dreadful in this one. Josh Johnson is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. Chris Burke will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Here's the first offering. Good fastball out of Johnson there, and it's strike one.
Pitching coach will love that location.
Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball, 2-2.
Just rearing back and throwing the heater by him right there.
Here's the 2-2 offering. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as the side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Astros lead this one 8-3. Jeremy Hermida will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. Swing and a ball headed towards the hole. High throw, and it's over his head.
Checking out the replay, part 1 of this play was a thing to behold. But then he forces the throw, and it winds up costing him.
Josh Willingham will dig in. He singled his first time around. Here's the first pitch to him. And this is taken outside for ball 1. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
On the corner like he wanted, but I think that pitch needs to come down a bit more or it'll get hit.
Pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Reggie Abercrombie will dig in. He popped out his first time. And here's the first pitch. Now a breaking ball runs in on him as he's got to get his hands out of the way on that pitch. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
Well, now let's see if they take some speed off with this next pitch.
2-0 pitch, and that one's over for a strike. Center field. Burke is there, 2 gone. The relay, and he is safe on a close play. Aaron Boone will stride in. He walked and came around to score his first time. And a fastball just misses for ball 1. On the corner away, a ball and a strike. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a bullet to the right side, and he drops it. A flip to the pitcher covering as that will retire the side. So no runs on no hits. 1 error in the inning, but a man left stranded. We've played 4 full. Houston leads this one 8-3. Craig Biggio will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips thus far.
Biggio.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Here it comes. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground towards second. And a dive, but it's off his glove, and that should go as a base hit. Brad Ausmus will dig in. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Now batting, catcher, Brad Ausmus.
And he lays off a fastball. Looked good, but it's 1-0.
And he's going to need to rein that one in a bit because he'll get beat if he keeps leaving pitches up.
Fouled straight back. And now this is off the glove of Jojima, and this gets away. And you can forget about the double play now as the runner moves up to second base. Grounded, foul. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. A runner at second, nobody out. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. Stays alive here as this is foul off to the right. Full count offering on its way. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out. Matt Albers will dig in. 0 for 2 thus far. Now the first pitch. Now a bunt attempt, and it looks like a good one. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection. Adam Everett will dig in, looking for hit number 3 in the ballgame. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
And he's got that one up there at 94 miles an hour. That's tough to catch up with.
And a swing and a ball hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Now a ball rolls softly to second. The first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. Luke Scott will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. And he misses inside with that one, ball 1. Has a look, now the pitch. And this winds up inside for a ball, 2-0 now.
Trying to lock him up there with a fastball. That's a good spot to miss.
Now a ball hit hard towards center. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third. Lance Berkman will be the batter, 2 for 3 with a home run thus far. is off the corner and low, ball one. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1.
He's got to drive that fastball the other way.
One pitch on the way. And good contact there as this is hit high and deep to right center. Abercrombie will get under it, though, and he puts it away to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Astros lead it 10-3. Alfredo Amezaga will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Alfredo Amezaga.
In there for strike 1, 0-1. Oh, has him looking silly here. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss, so the pinch hitter is retired. Hanley Ramirez will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And this guy won't back down there out on the mound. Brought that one at 94 miles an hour.
Boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now. Now here it comes. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw to Berkman will be in time for out number 2. Kenji Jojima will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. On the ground to third. Stabs for it. He's got it. And to Berkman to take care of him, and the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. 5 innings complete. Astros lead this one 10-3. Guys in the Chiron department had to work extra hard to put together our in-game box score presented by Upper Deck. As you can see there, plenty of offense through the first 5 innings. And a new pitcher making his way toward the mound is the hard-throwing right-hander Matt Lindstrom. Carlos Lee will stand in. He homered back in the 2nd inning of this one. Swinging a high pop-up back behind the mound. Ramirez is under it to put it away, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out to kick off the 6th. Mike Lamb will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
And that one's by him at 96 that time. Very tough to get around on heat that fast.
Hey, sit down.
Now here's the pitch. Ball 1. pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. And this is popped high in the air toward the left side. Calling for it is Cabrera. Yeah, that's out number 2. Chris Burke will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1.
Take this guy out.
And this ball will be chopped foul.
That's foul.
And he struck him out. Second time tonight now that he's been set down on strikes. We'll see Miguel Cabrera leading off when we get back. On to the bottom of inning number 6. The Astros on top, 10-3. And before the Marlins take their cuts, it's time once again to check out our in-game box score. Miguel Cabrera will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. In there at the knees, strike 1. Swing and a hard hit ball towards the hole. Dive, but it's just past his outstretched glove for a base hit. Dan Uggla will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far.
Second baseman, Dan Uggla.
And that's inside for a ball, 1-0.
And he's not afraid to run pitches inside on hitters.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Lays off again, and it's 2-0. Nobody out, runner on first. Ball 3.
And a lot of guys like that fastball in like that. Let's see if they go away here.
And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
And now with 2 men on here, this is a good job by the catcher coming out to make sure he's not losing his focus here in the middle innings.
Brad Lidge will be the new pitcher. Jeremy Hermida will take his cuts now. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner, but foul. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control, 0-2.
And he's just saying, here's my fastball, try and hit it. Got him in an 0-2 hole now.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Huge strikeout there, as he certainly does his job out of the pen, and we'll see how they go after the next guy here. Josh Willingham will dig in, 1 for 2 thus far. First pitch to him. In there, 0-1.
Good late break there. Good pitch to get ahead on.
And this will be swung on and missed as Willingham falls behind now 0-2.
Wow, Lidge has certainly got some giddy up to that thing.
Got him. So he's down on strikes for the second time here tonight. Reggie Abercrombie will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Grounded foul. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And low, it's a ball and a strike. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up, ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And this is hit well towards the hole. A dive, but it's by him for a base hit. Aaron Boone will step in. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. First pitch coming. And Lidge is always relying on the fastball. He uses it to get ahead 0-1. And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Lee is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he strands the bases loaded. So they pick up no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. 7th inning coming up. The Astros lead it 10-3. Craig Biggio will stand in, working on a 3-hit ball game now. First pitch on the way. Ball 1.
Might have been trying to overthrow that one a bit.
And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Hit on the ground towards first. And a step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. Dolphin Stadium here in Miami. Matt Vasgersian, Dave Campbell, Rex Hudler here with the call from South Florida. Brad Ausmus will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yeah, he broke one off there to start the at-bat. That's a good pitch.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Ball swung on and hit high down the line in left, but it'll get back in among the crowd, so the count holds at 0-2. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
Doesn't have the greatest discipline up there, but even he won't go after that 0-2.
And the pitch. And he struck him out. Second time tonight now that he's been set down on strikes. Brad Lidge will get his first cuts here. Swing and a miss, strike one. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Three and one.
Boy, and that's the pitcher up there. You got to throw strikes here.
Grounded fouled off to the right side. Here's the full count offering. To the right side, but foul, and he'll try it again. Now he drops a changeup on him. Strike three called, and a great pitch there to retire the side. So they go quietly here in this half inning. Time to get up and stretch here in Miami. Astros lead this one 10-3. Number 96 is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the seventh. Fastball too high, and it's 1-0. Ball two now.
Got to remember to work both sides of the dish with that heater.
Swing and a hard hit grounder down the line. Goes in time, and that's out number one. Hanley Ramirez will stride in, grounded out his last time through. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss that time. Strike one.
Yeah, down near the thighs. That's a fastball he'll have a tough time elevating on.
Back-to-back fastballs here as he takes control. 0-2. Fouled back. Ready with another 0-2. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
Nice velocity to the slider that time. And you'll see the 10-inch break on pitch track. That all adds up to a pretty good pitch.
Kenji Jojima will step in, a ground-out victim his last time. And a fastball just misses for ball one.
Yeah, trying to run that thing in on the hands. Good eye.
And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hopped him up. Over to the left, but playable over in foul ground. Lamb is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Nothing doing here this half. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. Houston leads this one 10-3. A new pitcher coming on now. It's the former Crimson Tide standout, left-hander Taylor Tankersley. Adam Everett will try again. 2 for 4 in the ballgame. And he takes ball one.
And he's got that thing falling right through the zone here.
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0. Bases are empty here, nobody out. And here's a fastball for a strike, 2-1 now.
And he'll just live on the black right there.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. The 2-2 coming. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. No outs, nobody on. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Luke Scott will be next. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces. Luke Scott will see if he can keep it going. 3 for 4 thus far. In there, strike one.
That's a little too good to let go, but not necessarily something he could do anything with.
From the stretch. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now, 0-2. A runner at first with no outs here. And he misses there, 1-2.
Sometimes you use one pitch to set up another. Let's see if they challenge him here.
Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now a fastball, and he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Cabrera is under it as he puts it away for out number 1. Lance Berkman will dig in. He homered back in the 4th. He's set, now the pitch. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1.
Getting ahead, always a key when you're facing a guy like this.
Slider taken here, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
And they better keep an eye on that runner at first.
Now the 2-2 pitch. And this one's in the dirt. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with only 1 away. Carlos Lee will stand in. He homered back in the second inning of this one. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. First and second now, 1 man out. Oh, and another good pitch there, and they've got Lee right where they want him, 0-2. He waits, now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Mike Lamb will stand in. He popped out in his last time. First pitch fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. And the runner will score from second. Chris Burke will dig in. Strikeout victim his last time.
Now batting, the center fielder, Chris Burke.
Now here's the first pitch. And a strike at the knees. More like at the shins, but it's 0-1. Hit hard back up the middle. Base hit, and that'll get a run in. Craig Biggio will see if he can keep it going. 3 for 4 thus far.
Now batting, second baseman, Craig Biggio.
In the dirt, and now let's see. Now a bullet foul as the third base coach had to give it the old Olay that time. And this is fouled straight back. Pause, now the pitch. Lays off, 2-2 now. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. So 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Astros lead it 12-3. Miguel Cabrera will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8. Lee will have a look at this one, but it's in the stands, a foul ball. Now here's the pitch. Down and away, ball 1.
He'll try a different arm slot here to see if he can get him to chase.
Now a ball hit hard towards the hole. And Everett will throw him out, 1 gone. Dan Ugla will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. Swing and a liner toward right center. Base hit. And with that, that'll push his hit streak to a modest 6 games. Jeremy Hermida will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch coming. Now a ground ball to first. He may try for 2. Everett for 1. And good hustle by the pitcher there on the back end as it's a 3-6-1 double play, and the side is retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. We've played 8 full. The Astros on top, 12-3. New pitcher set to take over now. It's the young Dominican right-hander Tony Pena. Brad Ausmus will try again. Struck out swinging his last time through. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Put him down on strike.
And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Give him the old hat trick as he's looked overmatched all through this one.
Mark Loretta will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and he'll look for something a little higher here.
The next pitch. And that misses. 2-0. 1 out, nobody on. And he swings right through it there. 2-1.
Who, 1 minute he's sipping some coffee on the bench, the next he's getting gassed by a 96-mile-an-hour heater.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Three-1 on the way. And he lays off, ball 4, so he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done. Adam Everett will try again. 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
Boy, and they would love a double play ball right here.
In there, and it's even at 1. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third. The second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So nothing happening this time around. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters scheduled to start the bottom of inning number 9. Astros lead this one 12-3. Number 59 is on, and he'll take over on the mound. Josh Willingham will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Good idea to take a strike here. You need base runners.
And this will be swung on and missed as Willingham falls behind now 0-2. And he struck him out. And there's the hat trick as that's his 3rd strikeout of the ballgame. Reggie Abercrombie will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Right-hander against right-hander as this is a ball 1-0.
Come on, let's get something started here.
And this is fouled into the seats over from first. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Here he comes again, 1-2. Now a broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Aaron Boone will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And he lays off a fastball. Looked good, but it's 1-0. In there, 1-1. Swing and a hard ground ball to third. A stab, and he's got it. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Well, this ball club showed me a lot tonight. They really put their nose to the grindstone and came away with a hard-fought victory on the road.
So the Astros come away with the victory here, and meanwhile, Dave's got our new era cap heads-up play of the game.
Yeah, here you go. It was a tie ball game, but not any longer. This was the key home run that gave them a one-run cushion, and they'd never look back from there.
And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our upper deck player of the game.
Yeah, man, you can see a couple of hits, including an important home run, and he really supplied the difference in this game as far as I'm concerned.
So that brings us to the conclusion of this one. For my colleagues Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler and all of us here at the show, this is Matt Vasgersian saying thanks for joining us here this evening. Once again, our final score, the Astros win this thing 12-3. This has been a presentation of MLB 07 The Show. For more, log on to MLB07.com. Good night, everybody.